The candles flicker against David's face as he sets down my wine glass, and I catch something in his smile that makes my breath hitch. Not the cold distance that's lived between us for months, but something else, something warmer, dangerous. "You're staring," he murmurs, his voice carrying that low timbre that used to make me weak. I am staring at the way his shirt pulls across his shoulders as he moves around our dining room, at the careful precision of his movements as he arranges the place settings, at the man who 3 weeks ago could barely look at me, now humming softly as he lights the last candle. "I'm trying to figure you out." I lean back in my chair, studying him. "This morning you could barely grunt good morning. Tonight you're—" I gesture at the elaborate dinner spread, the soft music, the way he's looking at me like he wants to devour me. What changed? David's laugh is rich, genuine. It sends heat spiraling through my chest. Can't a man cook for his wife? But there's something else there, something that makes my pulse quicken for all the wrong reasons. His eyes hold mine a beat too long, like he's memorizing my face, like he's seeing me for the first time in months, or the last time. "David." My voice comes out breathier than I intend. "Are we okay?" He moves behind my chair, his hands settling on my shoulders. His thumbs trace small circles at the base of my neck, and I can't suppress the shiver that runs through me. God, I've missed his touch. I've missed feeling wanted by him. "We're perfect, Alina." His breath fans across my ear. Absolutely perfect. The way he says my name makes my stomach flutter, like a caress, like a secret. His fingers trail down my arms, leaving goosebumps in their wake. Before he steps away to retrieve the first course, I watch him move with predatory grace, all controlled power and quiet confidence. This is the David I fell in love with 5 years ago. The one who could make me forget my own name with a single look. The one who disappeared somewhere between the arguments and the secrets and the slow decay of everything we built together. Wine? He holds up the bottle of our wedding vintage. The one we've been saving for a special occasion that never came. My throat tightens. "David, that's our anniversary bottle." His smile is enigmatic as he pours. "I thought tonight was worth celebrating. Our anniversary isn't for 3 months, but I don't say that. Instead, I lift my glass, mesmerized by the way the candlelight dances in his dark eyes. There's something hypnotic about him tonight, something that makes me feel like I'm falling all over again. "To us," he says, raising his glass. "To us," I whisper, and when our glasses touch, the crystal sings a note that sounds almost like a warning. The first course dissolves on my tongue like silk, but I can barely taste it. David sits across from me, and every casual comment, every shared laugh, every lingering glance feels charged with electricity. It's like we're dancing around something neither of us wants to name. "Remember our first apartment?" His voice carries that intimate quality reserved for shared memories. "You burned dinner 3 nights in a row. I was nervous. I twirl my fork, suddenly shy under his intense gaze. I wanted to impress you. You did." He reaches across the table, his fingers brushing mine. The contact sends sparks up my arm. "You still do." The admission hangs between us, heavy with possibility. I should pull away. We've been circling each other for months like wounded animals, too proud to reach out, too hurt to let go. But his touch feels like coming home, and I'm so tired of the cold space between us. "David." I start, but he's already moving, coming around the table with fluid grace. "Dance with me." It's not a question. There's no music. There's always music with you, Alina. He pulls me to my feet, and suddenly we're pressed together in the space between the table and the window. His hand settles at the small of my back, fingers splaying possessively across my hip. My palm finds his chest, feeling the steady thunder of his heartbeat through his shirt. We sway without rhythm, without purpose, just lost in the feeling of being close again. His cologne cedar and something uniquely him fills my senses. I've missed this. Missed the way he holds me like I'm something precious, something worth protecting. "I've been thinking," he murmurs against my temple, and I melt a little more. "About us. About everything that went wrong." My heart clenches. "David SHH. His thumb traces along my jawline, tilting my face up to meet his gaze. "Let me finish." There's something in his eyes I can't quite read. Tenderness, yes, but something sharper underneath, something that makes my pulse skip. I realize I haven't been the husband you deserved. He continues, his voice dropping to that register that makes my knees weak. I got so caught up in work, in my own head, that I stopped seeing you, really seeing you. His words are exactly what I've longed to hear for months, but there's an edge to his tone that raises the hair on my arms, like he's performing lines from a script I haven't read. But I see you now, Alina. His hand cups my cheek, thumb brushing across my bottom lip. I see everything. The way he emphasizes everything makes my stomach flip. Before I can analyze the feeling, he's spinning me out and pulling me back, dipping me low until my hair brushes the floor and the world tilts on its axis. When he pulls me upright, we're breathing hard, faces inches apart, and I can taste the wine on his breath. Dinner's getting cold, I whisper. His smile is wicked. Good things are worth the wait. By the time we return to our seats, the air between us thrums with unspoken promises. David serves the main course with deliberate care, his movements graceful and controlled. But I catch the way his gaze lingers on my mouth, the subtle flex of his jaw when I lick wine from my lips. This is incredible, I breathe, savoring the perfectly seasoned salmon. When did you learn to cook like this? I've had time to develop new skills. His tone is casual, but there's something underneath it that makes me look up sharply. What do you mean? David sets down his fork, fixing me with that intense stare that used to make me confess secrets I'd sworn to keep. Those nights I worked late, I wasn't always at the office. My heart stutters. Oh, cooking classes at the community center downtown. He leans back, a ghost of a smile playing at his lips. I wanted to surprise you, wanted to be better for us. Guilt crashes over me in waves. Those nights he was learning to cook for me, I pushed the thought away, focusing on the present, on this beautiful gesture, on the way he's looking at me like I hung the stars. David, my voice breaks. I don't deserve this. Deserve you. Hey, he's out of his chair in an instant, kneeling beside me, hands framing my face. Don't say that. A tear slips down my cheek, and he catches it with his thumb. The gentleness of the gesture undoes me completely. I've made so many mistakes, I whisper, leaning into his touch, said things I didn't mean, done things we both have. His forehead rests against mine, and I can feel his breath on my skin. But we're here now. That's what matters. The space between us disappears as he tilts my face up, and suddenly his lips are on mine, soft at first, questioning, like he's asking permission. I answer by threading my fingers through his dark hair, pulling him closer. The kiss deepens, becomes something desperate and hungry. It tastes like wine and forgiveness and all the nights we've spent on opposite sides of our bed, pretending we didn't miss each other. When we finally break apart, we're both breathing hard. His thumb traces my swollen bottom lip, and the look in his eyes makes my core clench with need. Alina, he murmurs, my name a prayer on his lips. Yes, I breathe, not even sure what I'm agreeing to, only that I need him, need this, need us to find our way back to each other. But instead of kissing me again, he pulls back slightly, studies my face with an expression I can't quite decipher. There's dessert, he says finally, his voice rough with restraint. I don't want dessert. The words slip out before I can stop them. Raw and honest. His smile is slow, predatory. Trust me, you'll want this dessert. Something in his tone makes my pulse quicken for all the wrong reasons. David disappears into the kitchen, leaving me alone with the flickering candles and the taste of him still on my lips. I touch my mouth, replaying the kiss, the way his hands felt in my hair. We haven't been this close in months, and my body is singing with rediscovered desire. When he returns, he's carrying a manila folder instead of dessert. What's that? I ask, but something cold is already spreading through my chest. Dessert. His smile doesn't reach his eyes anymore. Sweet revelations. He sets the folder on the table between us with deliberate care, like he's handling something precious or dangerous. The candlelight flickers across his face, casting shadows that make him look like a stranger. David, my voice comes out small. What's going on? Open it. My hands shake as I lift the cover. The first photograph hits me like a physical blow. Me and Marcus at the hotel bar 3 months ago. His hand on my thigh, our heads bent close together in intimate conversation. David, I can explain. Keep going. The next photo shows us entering the elevator together, then walking down the hallway, then standing outside room 412, his key card in his hand. My world tilts on its axis. How did you, private investigator? His voice is conversational, like we're discussing the weather. Very thorough, very discreet. I flip through more images, each one a nail in my coffin. Text messages I thought I'd deleted. Credit card statements showing lunches I claimed were with girlfriends. Bank withdrawals I used to pay for hotel rooms. This doesn't mean what you think, I whisper. But the words sound hollow even to me. No. David leans back in his chair, perfectly calm. What does it mean, Alina? I open my mouth, but no words. Come. How do you explain betrayal? How do you rationalize the unforgivable? Got your tongue. He tilts his head, studying me like I'm a fascinating specimen. That's unusual. You always have such creative explanations for your activities. The folder contains more than photos, email printouts, hotel receipts, a detailed timeline of every lie I told, every excuse I made, every moment I chose someone else over my marriage. The cooking classes were real. He continues, his voice still maddeningly even. I did want to surprise you, but I also needed somewhere to go while you thought I was working late. Somewhere to plan. The word comes out as a croak. This. He gestures at the table, at the elaborate dinner, at me sitting here in my best dress with his betrayal spread out before me like a feast. Tonight, the room spins. You knew, this whole time, you knew. Every sordid detail. His eyes glitter. In the candlelight, every lie, every text, every time you came home to me smelling like another man, the wine turns to acid in my stomach. This perfect evening, his sudden affection, the way he touched me, it was all theater, all revenge. David, please, oh, we're just getting started, darling. His smile is beautiful and terrible. The night is young. The silence stretches between us like a chasm. David sits perfectly still, watching me fall apart with the patience of a predator. Every breath feels like glass in my lungs. Say something, I finally whisper. What would you like me to say? His voice is silk over steel. That I forgive you, that we can work through this, that love conquers all. I flinch at the mockery in his tone, but underneath it, I hear something else. Pain, raw, bleeding pain that mirrors my own. I never meant for this to happen, I say, the words tumbling out. It started as friendship, and then you decided you wanted more. He leans forward, and I see the man I fell in love with flickering in his eyes like a ghost. More excitement, more passion, more than what we had. No, that's not, isn't it? He stands, moving around the table with predatory grace. Our marriage got comfortable, predictable. So you went looking for something that made you feel alive again. He's behind my chair now, hands settling on my shoulders the way they did earlier. But this time, his touch burns with accusation. The tragedy, Alina, is that I would have given you anything. His breath fans across my ear, sending shivers down my spine despite everything. All you had to do was ask. I close my eyes, leaning back against him despite myself. David, do you love him? The question is barely a whisper, but it cuts deeper than any scream. I think of Marcus, of stolen afternoons and whispered promises, of the way he made me feel like a different version of myself, reckless and desired, and free from the weight of a marriage that had grown to quiet. I thought I did, I admit, and feel David's hands tighten on my shoulders. And now I turn in my chair to face him, and the devastation in his eyes steals my breath. This isn't just revenge. It's the death throes of everything we built together. Now I realize I was running from something I was too afraid to fight for. His laugh is bitter. Too little, too late, is it? I stand, closing the distance between us until I can feel the heat of his body. David, if there's any part of you that still loves me, love you? His hand cups my cheek with devastating gentleness. Alina, I've loved you through every lie, every betrayal. Every night you came home and kissed me with another man's taste on your lips. Tears streamed down my face. Then why? Why this elaborate revenge? Because love isn't enough. His thumb brushes across my cheekbone, and neither of us deserves to liven the ruins of what we used to be. He steps back, straightening his shirt, composing himself. The mask slides back into place, and I realize this is goodbye. The divorce papers are on my desk upstairs, he says quietly. I've already signed them. The candles flicker one last time before going out, leaving us in darkness. David, but he's already gone, leaving me alone with the ashes of everything I destroyed.